Hi, welcome to Cookie. I'm making my Jamaican Jerk chicken chili.
Hey everybody, so today we are going to make a Jamaican Jerk style chili. It's made with chicken and it's from my own blend of spices to get the jerk flavor. And it's a recipe I've sort of been experimenting with for about 2 years. I've won a few chili cook-offs with this particular recipe, so I'm going to share most of it with you guys. First we start with 2 pounds of chicken that we cut into tenderloins, right?
Yes.
And then the special seasonings. Can you dump that on top? Perfect. You want to mix it up so that the seasoning get on all the chicken. There you go. Keep stirring it around. Alright, so now that we've got our dry rub on the chicken, got our sinuses cleaned out, a couple of coughing fits with all the spices, so that's going to marinate for about a half hour. So that's going, we're going to start chopping up our veggies, right?
Yes.
And we need to start with...
Onion.
What kind of onion?
White.
Yep. So 1 white onion. Right? Got to cut it in half first. Bring your overhand up. Good. And now what we're going to do is we're going to take a slice like this. Not all the way through. And another slice. Not all the way through. Move this one over here. Okay, turn it this way. Hold it back here. Slice that way, and that way, and that way. And now, help our hand back here again. And go through and start slicing. And now, you get a good basis of some minced onion. Alright, so now we've got our onion all nice and minced up. We're going to move on to
Peppers.
So we actually use a mix of peppers. We use a yellow, a red, and an orange. Usually 2 to 3, depending on their size. So we'll start here. Okay? Let's cut it in half. You see how brand. And now let's cut it into long strips. Good job. It's a little slippery because it's wet, huh? Perfect. And now, all we're going to do is cut it into 3 squares. Just like that. We'll cut down the rest. Alright, so we got our peppers chopped down pretty nice. Little squares, about 1 inch or so, about 1/2 inch. Now we need to chop up.
Some sugar.
Nope. It's 1/2 a stalk of green.
Green. Oregon.
That's right. So we take these onions, and we're going to start at the whites and work back to the greens. We want more of the bulb than we want the leaves. Alright, now what do we got to add in there?
Hot Mickey.
Habanero.
Hot tomato.
Okay, so we got to cut up these spicy hot habaneros. Kitty, do you want to cut these up?
No, thank you.
Alright, so we're going to cut up, we have habanero. Normally we'd use Scotch Bonnets, but are very difficult to get up in the North America area. So I'm going to slice these up, wearing gloves the whole time. These are from a family friend that grew habaneros in his garden. So to start with, what I want to do is, I only want the flesh. I want to keep the seeds out of it. That'll bring just too much heat. So I'm going to slice this out so I can get just to the flesh.
Oh, that's hot.
We're going to kind of mince these up. Really, the habanero isn't bringing any flavor so much as it's bringing the heat, which is what is kind of special about Jamaican Jerk, is the heat. Alright, time to move to the stove. Alright, so now what we're going to do, we've got just a splash of oil into the pan. We're going to take our chicken, and it's going to get real smoky real quick. Pan is about a medium-high heat, and now, Kitty, can you put the onions on top? So what we're going to do is we're going to brown the chicken and the onions all together. Stir it all up with these. Yeah, smoky, huh? Okay. Alright, so the chicken has had a chance to kind of get a slight brown to it. We've got a good char on it, so we're going to pull the chicken out. You can put it right back in this bowl. It's not going to stay out too long. Yeah. Spices are good, huh? Alright. So now, we got to move to the glazing. It starts with a bottle of Red Stripe. You want to pour that in there?
Oh God.
I'll drink the rest later. And 1 can of chicken broth. Alright, we're going to let that deglaze all the spices from the bottom of the pan. Alright, so we've got the pan deglazed, and the broth and the beer are starting to boil. Now we begin the chili aspect of this. So we're going to need to add a 20-ounce can of crushed
tomatoes.
Okay, you want to pour that in? Oh, it's a little heavy, right? And now we got to add some more spices to the broth. So we're going to add
1
tablespoon
tablespoon brown sugar.
and
2
teaspoons
salt.
and thyme
Thyme,
and
cumin,
and this one.
allspice.
Good job. And then 1
teaspoon black pepper.
and a half a teaspoon of
Cinnamon.
and a half a teaspoon of nutmeg. Drop that in there. I'll help you. Perfect. You want to stir it up for me? Good job. Okay, so now that this has begun back to a boil, we'll add back in the chicken. I'll add it back in. Add in any remaining juices that come off the chicken. And now we're going to add in the peppers and onions. Can you put those in there for me? Good job. And the habaneros. Want to give that a stir? Alright. And now we're going to add in, what is this?
2
Cans.
red beans.
Okay, here's 1. Pour them in there. Okay, stir them all together. Perfect. So we're going to bring this back to a boil, and then we're going to let it simmer for about 1.5 hours to 2 hours. And then we're going to come back and shred the chicken. Alright, so the chicken's been simmering for about 1.5 hours. So we're going to fish out all of the pieces of chicken. We're going to fish all these pieces out. You can see they're already starting to shred, right, Kitty? Look at that.
Yes.
Does it look good?
Yeah.
Does it smell good?
Yes.
Alright, so we've got all the chicken in there. And a little secret to shred a lot of meat is to use an electric mixer. Ready, Kitty?
Yes.
The chicken into the pot. Can you grab the bowl up top here? You want to scrape it out? So now we're going to let this simmer for about another half hour, 45 minutes. I'll stir it up. Kitty, you're doing a great job.
Yeah, I'm awesome.
Alright, so it's simmered for about 45 minutes and shredding the chicken. And it's ready to serve. Can you get a spoonful and put it in your bowl? There you go.
Mm-hmm.
Pick it up. There you go. Alright. And what do you like to put in your chili?
Crackers.
And?
Sour cream.
Perfect.
Jamaican. Chicken. Chili. That smells good. Good. Thank you for watching. Like, subscribe. Delicious.